So the next assignment will be just making an average rate of change calculator. Now we've already done that once and we did it with Sketchpad. Now we're going to be looking at the numerical model. There's going to be some small subtle changes. Here's an example of an average rate of change calculator using Sketchpad. And here's my function. It's a third degree cubic function and it's all factored out. What's a little bit different is we're calculating the coordinates of the point there, and what we're doing is we're adding a little stretch in here that is of length A to get to our second point, which is the secant, okay, which makes the secant. And so the coordinates of this point are x plus a, this little stretch, and the y-coordinate can be found by taking the function and putting the value x plus a into that function. Okay, so that's the way it looks graphically, and all it is just the same idea, an average rate of change calculator. The formula has changed a little bit. Okay, in our spreadsheet model, this is the formula I want you to use. When we made our graphical model, that was the formula we used for calculating the average rate of change. Okay, here's what your model should look like. You're going to be choosing a value for x. You're going to be choosing a value to add to that, okay, which is a. Calculate what x plus a is. Calculate the value of the function at x. Now, if you're not familiar with spreadsheets, here's an example of how you put the formula in up here in the formula bar. Instead of using the term x, you use the address, for example, A5, which contains my x value. So this is A5 minus 2 times A5 minus 5 times A5 minus 6, which is identical to this formula that you can see in Sketchpad here. Calculate the value of f at x plus a, right here. And in this case, notice in my formula bar I'm using C5 minus 2. Take the difference of those, and that's going to be your rise. And then when you divide this value by a, it's going to tell you what the average rate of change is, or it's going to tell you the value of the secant. If you want to add to that model, you can calculate the actual equation. In other words, calculate the y-intercept of the equation as well on your spreadsheet. Okay?